Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time. It's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Oh, tell the world I see with an emoji to stop the bullies.
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. Feedthepig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman. Let's break for lunch.
You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal.
Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value, market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Cause that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Simpson. Everybody dies. Because I'm better than you, and you know it. Woo! Yes, sir! What the rock is cooking.
Now, welcome to Off the Mat with Alex Lowe's, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Well. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the only wrestling talk show here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Welcome to another episode of Off the Mat. I am your host, Josh Silverberg, as always, joining you every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on WWSRN. If you'd like to call us, the number is 203-903-8271 as well. You can check us out. Of course, I want to introduce my co-host first, Mr. Alex Lowe's. How you doing, man?
Nothing much, Josh. I've been doing well. It's been pretty rainy here most of the day, but I honestly thought I wasn't going to make it because of the thunder and lightning and the bad weather we have been having. But I made it, and I'm glad to be on the show, and I'm excited for all the different topics that we have. Stick around with us the whole way through, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, and of course, he's back after missing last week, but of course, we missed him. That is Mr. Lyle Gillen. What's happening, man?
Nothing much. You know, I'm in a good mood. I'm very happy. Mainly for Jungle Boy. You know, he had a great match, and then he goes and he gets the girl. So I'm curious. Alex, when are you going to post that kind of picture between you and this mysterious girlfriend of yours, huh?
No. She's real. That's for sure.
When you're going to post a picture of you doing what Jungle Boy did when he grabbed the handful?
That's true.
Oh, come on, Alex. It's your turn. You have to make
yeah, it's true. Listen, like I said, and of course, if you want to comment, if you don't want to call in, you can comment on our Facebook page. Ben Larry's already posted. He said, we missed Lyle with a question mark. I guess that's questioning whether we missed him or not. Some people did. I can tell you right now, Snug definitely did. Snug loves Lyle. So Snug 100% did. You can check us out. Here's what you do. You download our app. Type in WWSRN if you have an iPhone. You go to the Apple Store. If you have an Android, go to the Google Play Store. You type in Worldwide Sports. Check us out. We are all over the place. You can check out our show schedules, our free articles that we have. By the way, the app is free. All of our content, if you missed an episode or maybe there was a clip that you liked of the show you want to rewatch or re-listen to again, you absolutely can do that. and it's very simple. If you're driving, you can listen to the audio feed of the show as well. You can check out, of course, the video feed. Of course, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope. You name it, we're on it, worldwidesportsradio.com as well. Of course, message us on our Facebook page. We'd love to hear it. Alex, really quick, if you want to plug the website.
Yes, we have a website, off the mat, wwsrn.com. It is a Google website. The link is available in our Twitter bio and in our Facebook page bio. You click on the link, it'll take you to the website. You can check out all the shows and pay-per-views that are happening during the months on that website. Also, you can see our show archive and all the past and recent shows that we have done. You can check out the past interviews we have done on the website as well. And we got a whole archive of stuff. So I would highly recommend checking out all the different stuff that we have here on Off the Mat and on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Now, really quick, I know we have a guest. He's coming on, but I know, Alex, you mentioned the weather. I can tell you, Lyle is sitting in a room that's 93 degrees right now. I would hope he actually did turn on the fan. I would hope he would.
I do. It's right there.
I mean, I can tell you, I help run a camp during the summer, and I'm outside all day, and it was so brutal today. I was outside from literally probably 8:30, probably till around 3:30.
Wow.
It was brutal, not cool. I guess I like spring a little bit more than summer because it's more like 70s. It's a little cooler. It's not humid. Like winter, I hate. I can't stand the snow because I have to shovel it. Summer, too hot. Blazing outside. Alex, you know it. I mean, you live in Florida. It's hotter than a sauna where you are. But to me, I guess fall and spring kind of fall in that category. But it's Lyle's trooper for sure. And also, really quick, we're going to be a full cast next week. The following week, I will not be here. I will be traveling Wednesday, early Wednesday morning. So I will not be here. I won't be on Sports Loudmouths. I'm not going to be on the Weekend Crunch that week. But I know Lyle and Alex definitely have this. And, of course, our own Speedy guy. And, of course, you can't forget to mention Speedy Petey, by the way. That's for sure. Can't always forget to mention that. But, Lyle, I would like you to do the honors of introducing our guest right now to join us tonight.
My pleasure. Our guest for today is Anthony Pires. He works for PWI, and he talks AEW postgame show. And welcome, Anthony. How are you doing today?
For being the sexiest man in Rhode Island, I'm doing fantastic. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
First off, I give you a lot of credit. You're doing this. Well, I guess, is it a little cooler now that the sun is kind of going down where you are compared to today?
Yeah, we had some thunder boomers about maybe half an hour ago, so it's dropped about 15 degrees here in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
it's nice and cool. As you can see, I'm in my backyard of my palatial estate in Providence, Rhode Island. Before we begin, though, I owe my old friend Lyle an apology. Last week, I Googled Stanley Cup Finals. First thing that popped up was the New York Islanders. So I automatically thought they had won and had advanced to the finals. I sent him a heartfelt. I'm a Bruins fan, but I got nothing but mad love for my friends who dedicate themselves to their teams the way Lyle does the Islanders. I congratulated him. I may have in fact jinxed the whole
No. Well, it's funny you say that because Alex is actually a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. So, I mean, if you wanted,
okay,
you know,
I'm going to mute Alex. So he's done. He's dead as far as I'm concerned. Gentlemen, great to be here tonight. Great to be here tonight. Really.
Well, listen, we're glad you're here. We're glad that Lyle was able to get in touch with you and reach out to you. And, well, of course, we love when all of our guests can make the time and it's, take the time. We know how busy you are for sure, and all of our guests are and everything like that. First off, how are you doing family-wise with COVID, with COVID going on and the way the world is today? It's insanity. I mean, it's getting better at this point, but how are you doing during this pandemic and the craziness?
I hate to say it, but my work sent me home to work from home. As soon as this began, my commute is down to about 3 feet now. I'm still working from home. I work with elderly affairs, medical billing for the elderly. So I'm busy. There were never any layoffs where I was.
That's great.
Things are great. Jesus Christ.
I was just going to say that sounds wonderful. No layoffs. You're working from home. It sounds awesome.
Over the course of the pandemic, both my sons graduated from college. I know a guy, I know I look about 28, 29 years old to you, but yes, I have two no longer college-age sons. They graduated. My wife and I celebrated anniversaries 25 and 26. Jesus, COVID was the best damn thing that ever happened to me.
Well, on that note, I got to ask you this question. I know Lyle, I think Lyle mentioned the Jungle Boy thing with Anna Jay, and you went off the bat and you said, I hate Jungle Boy for that reason. What is the hate of Jungle Boy?
Well, look, first of all, the guy is deliriously good looking. My wife was a Luke Perry fan. Every time Jungle Boy shows up on TV, oh, that's Luke Perry's boy. He's so cute. He's so handsome. So that hurts me first and foremost. And then turns out he's involved with Anna Jay. I don't know if you can see the shirt, but that's almost as bad as being involved with Thunder Rosa. So yeah, I mean, come on. Some guys have all the luck. I mean, seriously.
Go for it, Lyle. I'll let you start first, man.
So I'm going to hit you off with the big question right off the bat.
Go for it.
The biggest argument in wrestling today. Roman Reigns or Kenny Omega, who's better in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's Roman Reigns. I think right now, if you would have asked me 2 years ago when they were shoving the babyface Roman Reigns suffering succotash down our throats, I would say Omega all the way. But I think Reigns is on a completely different level right now, and I hate to say it. I have been underwhelmed by Kenny Omega's title reign. I loved the build to the title reign. Once he got it, though, man, I'm not feeling the belt collector thing. That's just me.
I think the biggest weakness in the company has always been that there isn't anybody that is truly on Kenny Omega's level. And I think this title reign is showing just how many people aren't on his level in this company. Because
that's fair.
Besides the match with Ray Fenix, and then you had the match with Jungle Boy last week, there really hasn't been those stunning matches from Kenny Omega.
You gotta blame the company a little bit. I have yet to see Omega in a match where the challenger was built up so well to the point where you think he had a chance. I love Ray Phoenix. Who doesn't? Mm-hmm. I love Pac. Cassidy, Orange Cassidy, I don't know. Jungle Boy, I like Moxley, but at no point have these guys been presented as at that level. And I love Ray Phoenix, but if he had won the title, I wasn't feeling. I see it's so far, you kind of know what you're getting in a Kenny Omega match.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you go for it, Alex.
So my question is about Brock Lesnar and the possibility of him returning to WWE for SummerSlam. Have you heard anything about Brock Lesnar potentially facing Drew McIntyre or somebody else they might pair him with for the SummerSlam pay-per-view? Maybe John Cena. Who knows?
Well, all I'm hearing, and this is just totally. Yes, I do spend an inordinate amount of time on wrestling websites for a 49-year-old guy. I am hearing more that it's going to be John Cena against Roman Reigns, and Lesnar. You know, if he's going to be on the Raw end of things, he would take on Lashley, but I'm not sure they want to go Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. So I'm afraid it's going to be Drew McIntyre, who I think they've dropped the ball so badly on him since he won the title. Since he won the title, I feel so bad for the guy. First of all, you know, McIntyre wins the belt in an empty arena. Not his fault. As far as I'm concerned, he should have held the title until losing to Lashley. They've got the right champion right now in Bobby Lashley, but have him losing to Orton and winning it back, I wasn't feeling that at all. I think the money would have been in a strong program with Lashley. I don't think we got that. And that's not Drew's fault, not Lashley's fault. It's the unfortunate booking of Monday Night Raw.
Well, Anthony, we're going to get to this at the 8:35 mark. So when we're done speaking with you, we're going to get to this a little more. But I'm glad Alex brought this up because you brought up the rumored matches. They're gonna go John Cena, Roman Reigns. It seems to be they want to have the legend going up against a guy who's hot as can be right now. He's one of the best heels in the business. The Lashley Brock rumor is what I am hearing as well. That is something that I'm definitely hearing out, that I know Bobby's wanted this match for a very long time, and I know Brock is ready to go back to a live crowd. The other rumor that I'm hearing, if they could pull off this three-headed monster, would be great. If they did Edge versus Seth Rollins, they could do that kind of match with those two, and you could get that into a full stadium in Vegas with those three matches. That's a banger Saturday night for SummerSlam, I would think. I mean, then again, it's WWE that's booking it, so we have to be cautious. What are your thoughts on if that match also happens?
I think Seth Rollins versus Edge could be a match of the year candidate, and WWE would be very wise to book that. They need to pull out all the stops to the show, because I don't know if you've heard or if you've talked about this before. That night, August, for SummerSlam in Vegas, is the same night as a Manny Pacquiao fight at the T-Mobile Arena. You're going to have a tough time getting that Vegas tourist crowd, because I'll tell you, Manny Pacquiao is money. They're counting on a lot of traveling taking place in Vegas, because Vegas has never been a strong wrestling town. It just hasn't been. AEW did very well, but they presented it as a destination. They presented it as a
with
weekend.
Double or Nothing every year. Yeah,
exactly. I think they've got to pull out all stops, and God almighty, give me Edge versus Seth Rollins for 30 minutes. I'll take that every day of the week, twice on Sundays.
I mean, really quick before Lyle goes, does it not? I just had a rebuttal. Does it not feel like they're making this bigger than Mania because they're going to allow, I believe, a full crowd?
They have to. They absolutely have no choice but to make this bigger than Mania, because Mania they were at limited capacity. This is full capacity, and now you've got the elephant in the room where you've got to try to fill a stadium. Hey, if they sell 30,000 tickets, that's good for them. But 30,000 tickets in a 70, 80,000 seat stadium is going to look real bad on TV. They may have to paper this big time, because if you go on the secondary market, plenty of seats. So they've got to
go. Goes, I just have comments from the fans. Snug is here. Lyle's biggest fan goes, OMG, it's Lyle. Exclamation points. And then he writes, Snug writes, Manny Pacquiao can fight a scarecrow and still sell 2 million pay-per-views.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They're
not wrong.
Box, again, I'm just out of curiosity. How old are you guys?
I'm 30.
30. How about Lyle? You're in your early 30s?
29.
12. I hate you. Freaking people in your 20s. How about you, Alex?
23.
23. So you guys have no point. I'm almost 50. You guys have no point of reference to how big boxing used to be. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Truth be told, back in the day, back in my day, the 80s, before any of you guys were even born, you had Tyson, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Larry Holmes. Those guys, if pay-per-view was prevalent in those days, they'd have been setting records back then. Manny Pacquiao is one of the few guys that can still do that today, and he can sell a ton of tickets, and he's going to in Vegas. Guaranteed that place is going to be sell out with very little papering. WWE's got the work cut out for him.
Go for it, Lyle.
So I want to know, in your opinion, when do you think they finally finish off this Hangman Omega storyline with Hangman getting the belt? Because it appears to me that they're doing a Okada Omega light style storyline where it could be a few times that Hangman loses before he finally wins it.
All right. I like the question because I love Hangman Page, and I did love the Omega Okada storyline. Here's the problem. When you had Omega Okada, there was an inevitability that Omega was going to win the big one eventually. Hangman loses to Jericho in that first ever title match.
Yes.
He loses in the first round of the title eliminator tournament that Omega ends up winning. I hate to say it, and and by the way, I'm an AEW fan. I spend 2 hours. I spend my Wednesday nights writing about the AEW show and then doing a post game show for PWInsider.com. I have seen how badly they've handled Hangman Page. I don't think tomorrow you could just put Hangman Page in a title match and have it immediately. He's in the Dark Order. God bless the Dark Order. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. But because of that situation, they're a comedy act.
It's not the same anymore.
They're a low card comedy act, and he's playing the low card drinking leader. No offense to him. Hey, he's great. I love him. I love the guy. Believe it or not, him, Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels are the 4 guys I think would have been better off if they'd stay with Ring of Honor. When the whole mass exodus at the end of 2018 took place, just because ever since they've sort of had Hangman get beat, he's been a comedy. They gotta rebuild him from the ground up. This isn't Omega back in 2017, whatever it was. Guys, see, at my age, you forget the years just kind of go together. You know what I'm talking about. I say Omega chasing after Okada. You knew it was coming. The guy, there was an inevitability. God, he had that epic one at the Tokyo Dome. He had that 2 out of 3 fall. The G1. And then finally, Dominion. Was it Dominion 2018? Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Dominion. Yeah. Then you had the epic no time limit. What a freaking match. But there was a build to that. Hangman Page lost his match and got sent right back down to the bottom. He's going to be there. Listen, he is going to be.
He's money.
Thank you. He's money. Yep. Right now, though, I don't think he is. They've got to rebuild him from the ground up. Unlike what Omega had to do in New Japan, where you knew he was the guy, just this close. Right now, Hangman's not even sniffing it.
The only thing is, when they have shown him in front of a live crowd, he's still getting that same reaction he was before pandemic.
They go nuts. Oh, yeah, they go nuts.
Oh, my God.
They go nuts for him. Cowboy Shiznit. See, I watch my language.
Yeah, if you say whatever you want, it doesn't even matter. Go for it, Alex.
So my question is about the Matt Hardy gimmick, the big money Matt gimmick. I have mixed feelings about it.
Oh, I don't.
But I feel like I feel like he was better off with the broken gimmick and bringing that over from Impact. Because with the big money Matt gimmick and having a private party with him, I feel like Matt Hardy would have been better off by himself. I feel like if they gave him a singles run, he would have had a better chance to go up for the AEW World Heavyweight title.
Let's not go that far. I think Matt Hardy is who he is, even on his best day. He was never the world champion caliber guy that we all thought he may have been. He's the passionate one of he and his brother.
Yeah, he is.
But my God, making him big money Matt just, in my opinion, not only killed him, but kills everybody he is associated with. I was in Boston for the second ever Dynamite taping. That was the night, you may recall, the Young Bucks took on Private Party in the tag team title tournament.
And as when they won Private Party.
What a freaking match.
That was a really good match.
I was blown away. Has Private Party even sniffed
Nope.
that
No,
level?
No, they haven't.
They haven't even come close.
Every time they're out with him, they just get lower and lower in the totem pole because they're booked now not to be a young, hot team on the rise. They're booked to be goofballs. They are at dark order level. And that's not, and I love the Dark Order. I loved them. But that's not a good place to be. And Matt Hardy's in the exact same boat that every single freaking manager is in AEW, exception of Tully Blanchard because he's booked to be in a good spot. But between Matt Hardy, Jake Roberts, Vicky Guerrero, don't get me started on her, and now Mark Sterling, do any of these guys strike you as somebody that you can invest time, effort, money in? Hell no.
No.
We're talking to Pro Wrestling Insider writer Anthony Pires. Alex, did you have something else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was going to add more to it. I think the issue is with Private Party, they're dead in the water. And
absolutely.
Ever since they put the team with Matt Hardy, I feel like they were better off on their own lonesome going up against all these tag teams like they were supposed to.
Same goes for Butcher and Blade.
I was just thinking the same thing. They came on hot as a firecracker, those two. I even told Lyle, when they started, I liked them. I said, I like the way this gimmick is. I thought their entrance was cool and everything like that. And they just flared out. They really did.
My only argument with the Butcher and the Blades debut, and it was great. They came out from under the ring, but they made it seem like we're supposed to know who these guys are. And I admit.
Yeah, I know. That was what I said about Excalibur. Excalibur knows who these people are. And I'm like, I have no idea who he's talking about.
But their initial presentation was great.
But my problem with it was that they kind of teased that it was going to be Marty Scurll coming from under the ring.
Yes.
And everybody, when they thought that, they got excited. And then when they realized it wasn't, they got all, okay, now who the hell are these guys?
Right.
And then, so it was a combination of those two that were together that was it just killed that whole debut.
But can we agree, by the way, that the Blade completely outkicked his coverage in the wife department?
That's fair to say. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I mean, I know these guys have questions. Of course, I want to get your thoughts later on about.
I'm in no hurry, guys. You keep
because I definitely want to get your thoughts on the Pinnacle and with the Inner Circle. But I do want to ask you this question first. Now, Lau said you watch everything, and I said that's awesome. I love that. That's even better. What are your thoughts now? New Japan, and we've talked nonstop about this the last month and a half, I would say the three of us have the situation they're in, right?
Tough.
So they try to get creative with their champions, giving it to Evil. Then Ospreay gets it. He gets hurt.
Shingo
Ibushi had it. He was hurt, but he lost it anyway. And now they're giving it to Shingo Takagi now. Do you like the role they're going, or because I remember Lyle and Alex both said that they need to go back to their bread and butter, which was give it back to Okada, bring this thing back up again, because they keep giving it to these champions that have never won it before, and it's in a situation right now during COVID where, and again, they were shut down again, that it's like, is this the right decision for them? Because it kind of feels like they're in a down point right now, which has not happened in a very long time.
They're in a down point, but you still can't argue with what goes on between the bell. When that bell rings, man, you get some great New Japan action.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I totally agree with you. In a situation like they were faced with Ospreay getting hurt, and I will argue that Kota Ibushi should not have had that belt taken off of him so damn quickly.
That's what I said. I said the same thing.
He had a crowning moment at the Tokyo Dome. That was a beautiful 2 nights. As far as I'm concerned, the match he had with Jay White on night 2, probably top 10, 15 all-time matches I've ever seen. And
that was great.
I'm not kidding. That was one of my favorite matches. I don't want to say it's top 5. Easily top 15 all time.
And the Jay White gimmick afterwards was incredible because we all thought he was legit. People thought he was legitimately leaving.
I didn't think he was.
I thought he was.
It was great.
I figured, yeah. And White is just so good. But you're right. When if you want to go with Ospreay, okay. I'm not going to yell at Ospreay for getting hurt. He got hurt. I mean, that happens. In a situation like that, when you're in flux, you go with the proven commodity in Okada. Because, again, Shingo is the champion from a vacated title. He's got that strike against him. He's great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. He is great in the ring.
Oh, he's so underappreciated in this business. It's ridiculous.
He is still the guy who didn't beat the guy. Yeah. Okada will always be the guy. He's a made man.
Absolutely, by far.
Okada's almost as athletic as I am.
You could take him on a 60-minute. You could take him on in a 60-minute affair. You could go toe to toe with Okada.
Absolutely,
I could see it in your face
on the video. In the video game, yeah, I can go 90 minutes with Okada in the video. guys, I'm drinking a captain's daughter from Gray Sales Smoker. So you really think I can go more than 6 minutes with the great Kazuchika Okada? But I think one of New Japan's problems is too many titles, too much activity within those titles.
You think cutting out the other title was the right decision?
I do. Because you still, now bear in mind, you get rid of the Intercontinental title. All they've done is basically take the openweight title and elevate to that position. You've got the world title, the junior and tag teams. You got the heavyweight tag team, and I've never been particularly in love with the tag team division in New Japan. It's always
I've told these two that I've complained about it. Even when Lau and I did our last show together, Takedown Break, I mean, they gave it's God and then it's everybody else.
It's God.
And the thing is, I'm not even a God guy. That's
Whoever,
the thing.
God
I'm not even
versus
a
whoever
huge
gets
fan
put together against them.
Mm.
I do like the Dangerous Techers as long as Miyawabe is out with them. I will give them that.
Yes.
But it's now the next challengers are going to be Sonata and Naito. I'm sure the match
another thrown together tag team though.
Exactly.
Halfway.
They got to either shore that up or put Sho and Yo in the heavyweight division and have because I was in Lowell, Massachusetts before the pandemic for a New Japan show. Gorillas of Destiny against Sho and Yo, great stuff. But we can't see it now because they're saddled in the junior division.
I mean, I'm not the biggest God fan, but I will give them this. Lyle and I went to Manhattan Mayhem at Ring of Honor at Hammerstein.
Yep.
Their match with the Briscoes was, and I'm biased. The Briscoes are one of my favorite tag teams.
Was that the ladder match?
That was the ladder. That was the Manhattan Street fight. That was with the ladder match. Yep. And me, and I said afterwards, to the Briscoes again, I'm so biased with them. These two know it, especially Lyle. He knows it 100%. I am. But the thing is that when you go against a crowd that you know is going to be rooting all for Bullet Club, and the performance that they put on is incredible. The two teams did, but it's like you go back to Lyle and I. We were at the G1 Supercard show in 2019,
nice.
And we were there. And the tag team match was a cluster. You know what? It was like a car wreck. It's 4 teams. Nobody's following the rules. Everybody's jumping on each other with PCO and Brody King and Sonata and Evo and the Briscoes and God. Nobody followed anything. Things were going out of control. There was not even one. I don't think there was even one tag in that match. It was just guys.
And then Enzo and Cass came out.
It was nothing. I mean, and I said to Lyle, I said, "What? I don't even know what's happening." I came and follow. And then Enzo and Cass come out, and them and the Briscoes are fighting, and it was like a cluster. It was a disaster.
And nothing ever. I'm not going to call it a disaster, but I'll tell you what. God versus the Briscoes at that ladder match. You know what I loved about that match? If you remember that one, they never tried. They didn't climb that ladder until it was time to win the damn match.
Yeah.
They had an outright brawl. And I'm thinking, wow, they've been going like 20, 25 minutes. They haven't even climbed the ladder. Finally, the Briscoes just put that bad boy away, climbed the ladder. I was in Lowell the next night for the Ring of Honor show when the Gorillas of Destiny attacked them right after.
You were there when and the crazy thing is, and I got to give God this because on like a hardcore wrestling level, that they're two completely different spectrums of the pole with those two. I mean, like the Briscoes can use any weapons. I mean, you're talking about two brothers that fought each other in their backyard, and Jay legitimately beat the holy hell out of Mark with a steel chair 3 times in the head. It didn't even matter. Whereas like God, New Japan doesn't really do that style.
I know the Young Bucks get all the accolades. Ready for this opinion? I think in the last decade, I think the Briscoes were the tag team of the previous decade. I honest to God do.
That's what I'm talking about.
You just made a new best friend.
That's what I'm talking about, Anthony. I love it. And you know why I say that? Because who wins 10 times tag team champions at their level, and the fact that no other company would hire them. And I mean, it's the fact that literally WWE would never even sniff them, knowing that they have the talent. And by the way, thank God they would never sign with them because they would change their entire character.
Oh, God, thank God. Thank God.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want them in AEW. If they want to go to New Japan every now and then, that's totally fine too. Go crazy, have at it. Them staying in Ring of Honor, it's perfect.
While it seems like the New Japan exclusivity with Ring of Honor is over, they're not adverse.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not adverse to having Ring of Honor talent on there. I mean, I watch New Japan Strong, and my God, you get Chris Dickinson, Brody King.
You had Leo Rush on there, who's a friend of our show. Leo was, and it's such a shame what happened with him.
Yeah, it is.
And everything because he was going to thrive in that junior division.
Oh, was
New
he ever?
Japan.
Was
Holy
he ever?
moly. I reached out to him and he messaged me back. I felt so bad that he had to retire early, and whether it's personal and with injuries and everything like that, he wants to be home. He just had a newborn son again. I mean, he wants to do other things. He would have killed him.
And by the way,
he would have crushed it in New Japan. And I think Lyle was the one that asked him the question in our interview that we had. He goes, "What else is in the future?" Whatever it was, or whatever we asked him.
I think that was you.
That was me that asked. I said you were on New Japan. So I was trying to give him credit. He doesn't want to take it, so there's that. Very modest of you, Lyle.
If I'm not mistaken, Leo Rush has his hands in a lot of other ventures besides pro wrestling.
He does.
That young man,
Podcasting,
man is smart as
rapping,
hell.
he does cameos, he does everything.
He's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine.
Oh yeah,
it's,
listen,
as fans, it sucks for us
because
that we're not gonna-
because he became a friend of ours on the show, and he really gave great insight.
Yep.
And everything like that, and he would have thrived. But I'll let Lyle ask a question right now.
Oh, finally. Okay, so I want to know, what do you think WWE has to do differently to make a character again, or I guess build a character again would be the correct wording, that could finally be on that level of the Cena, The Rock, and Hogan and Stone Cold, because looking at what Roman Reigns is doing right now and where he is, those guys are always their biggest as a face. And I don't think any single wrestling fan will ever like Roman Reigns as a face. It has to be a heel. And I don't think he can really reach that in this character.
Remember, though, Lyle, the hotter the heel, the hotter the babyface. Roman Reigns is now getting cheered, or he will be cheered when we're back to runs, because he's so damn good as a heel. The thing that kills me, this makes me angry, back in 2014, 2015, when he was a complete ass kicker, and an ass kicker, the fans were completely behind him. And then, God almighty, they just shoved him right down our
Hold it to John Cena effect.
If they had kept him as a heel, let him win the Royal. Remember, he wins the Royal Rumble the previous year. Everyone forgets this. He wins the Royal. The previous year, he was the next to last guy in there against Batista. And who were they cheering for maniacally that night?
Roman
Reigns.
Because what they did with Daniel Bryan. Yeah. They thought he wasn't in there, so they rooted for Roman Reigns because they didn't want Batista winning.
And now that Roman is this amazing heel, I think when the trigger gets pulled on his eventual face turn, he can be that ass kicking babyface. Because Suffering Succotash, I think we can all agree, wasn't doing it. The night what night I felt the worst for Roman was that night that Cena emasculated him in that promo. Do you remember that night?
I remember that one.
Where
you need it on your hand and this and that, and
Cena cuts the promo on him, and then Roman starts talking. He stops, freezes, and Cena goes,
"It's a promo, kid. You got like 30 seconds to finish up." Yeah, that type of thing.
He was like, "You write it on your hand.
You got to cut one." Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad.
So really how do you think it goes with him becoming a face? Do you think that Lesnar comes back and Heyman turns on him and Lesnar attacks him and something like that? It just happens naturally.
It'll happen. It'll happen naturally. Absolutely naturally. The worst thing they could do for Roman Reigns is all of a sudden have Brock Lesnar come out, F5 him 3 or 4 times.
Nobody wants to see that again.
No one wants to see it, and they and me will crap all.
I think they will.
The only way people will want to see it again is if they really legitimately make this about a Paul Heyman thing, and they really get him as much involved as possible in it. But there needs to be an explanation to it as well. I just think Raw. Listen, Bobby Lashley has wanted this match for so long, and I don't know why. This is the perfect match for Vince to book. I don't know why he won't book it. This is a match he should be dreaming about.
Even if they don't, I am so happy for Bobby Lashley's success. So happy for him.
Really quick before Alex gets to his question, Snug
Alex is 23 years old. He's not entitled to ask me a question. I've been married longer than he's been alive, for Christ's sakes.
God bless you. Snug writes, Manny Pacquiao and I enjoy picking wildflowers in Lake Tahoe before a big fight. Then we go pet mountain lions. Snug then writes, I hate Matt Hardy. One time he cut in front of me in line at a Dairy Queen, got the last Reese's Blizzard, and then acted like he didn't know why I was mad. He got crazy till I dropped a twist of fate on him in the parking lot. And Mark Gosi writes Todd Brandt. These are our fans, by the way, Anthony. Alex, go for it.
So I gotta ask you about August Gray, Anthony Green, because I saw him being built up and evolve with WWN and that promotion before it went out. And when he came over to NXT, it looked like they were gonna set him up on a high pedestal and keep him going in these promos and in these segments. And then it just kind of like went silent. It fell off, and I want to get your thoughts on that.
It drives me nuts because I was an Anthony Green guy. Loved watching him in the ring. I thought the guy cut a hell of a promo. And I think the problem that you have is he's in that NXT bubble, which, hey, 3 years ago, being in the NXT bubble was a great thing. But then Vince had to get his little grubby hands on it. I guarantee you, Vince saw Anthony Green, August Gray. God damn, we can't make that guy a wrestler. We can't make that guy a headliner. Paul, cut this guy. Sit him down. God damn it. NXT has suffered so much, not through Triple H's fault.
No,
he's now been that has been Vinceized, as I will call it. You can see it, and I think Green is going to be a stud on the independents. Believe it or not, I think Impact or Ring of Honor would be a great place for him to end. And don't forget, I would love to see that guy in NWA Power.
Yeah, it would be great to see him on all those shows and see him compete against Anthony Nese, his former name, Tony Nese, on Impact.
Well, I want to ask you this because I got a little bit of a reaction with you earlier about it. Pinnacle and the Inner Circle.
Christ.
That's how it starts.
Where do I friggin' begin?
I guess that's bad, huh?
Now, you guys are all in your early 20s to early 30s. So as a point of reference, none of you guys were around during this point. I want to take you back to a point in my life. Mid-80s. They do the big angle. I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube. You know, Dusty Rhodes getting his leg broken in the Omni. Over the course of the next 2 years, 700 days, Dusty Rhodes builds up to this feud with the Four Horsemen, and it's just a blood feud. He gets a world title run. Goddamn Magnum TA joins. He gets injured horribly. The Road Warriors join him. All this leads to War Games. Yep. 2 years in the making. Okay? Atlanta Omni, July 4th. The world stopped when that match took place. Pinnacle, great. Okay. Wardlow, MJF, FTR, Shawn Spears. Great. They attack the Inner Circle. What's the first thing they did? Blood and guts. They went right to the big match. Pinnacle wins that one. Terrific. Good job. You're on your way. You got your top group there. What happens 3 weeks after Blood and Guts? They do the Stadium Stampede, where they lose. And now they're doing these mini feuds like Proud and Powerful versus FTR, Jake Hager versus Wardlow, Sammy versus MJF, and at some point Jericho and Spears, I'm sure, will wrestle. They did this completely backwards.
Yeah.
You've got to...
They rushed it. They went too quick.
The Horsemen kicked Dusty Rhodes' ass for 2 years before Dusty finally got them the double ring cage. And then Dusty, Nikita, the Road Warriors, and Ellering got their hands and put J.J. Dillon in the hospital, killed him. It was attrition. You know, Jericho does the big bump. Next week, he's back. And not only is he back, but they're doing the goddamn bubbly truck. They had a great thing in the Pinnacle, and they blew their wad so early with it. It's going to be now. You know what? They started on top, and they're way in the back of the pack now. They're like everybody else. It's faction. They're the same level at the as the Death Triangle. That's the way I see it. They went too fast. Build it, God, build it for Christ's sakes. Build it to pay-per-view. But for the love of God, don't have the Pinnacle losing these matches so early in their run. Sorry.
Lyle, go for it, man.
He hit the nail on the head, by the way. He said it perfectly about the Pinnacle. I think they should have done it reversed. I want to go back to NXT.
Yeah.
Do you think them going to 2 hours live exposed a lot of the weaknesses that they had?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The worst thing they ever did to that company was have them go head-to-head with AEW. Because, again, when they were doing that, by the way, I think we can all agree that 1 hour show they did every Wednesday on the network was fantastic, compelling television.
Yes.
You had the luxury of post-production. You had the luxury of doing promos and saying, okay, that didn't work. Let's not do that one. Instead, we'll cut that. We'll do a pre-tape. By the way, any criticism I make of NXT has nothing, or AEW, has nothing to do with the talent. It's been the way they are being presented. And I think NXT has come down a big way since going live to 2 hours. And I think the ratings are kind of reflecting that. Mm-hmm. Their ratings have not gone up since they got away from AEW to move to Tuesdays. They're dropping.
Go for it, Alex.
So speaking of NXT, I got to ask you about the new faction Diamond Mine. What are your thoughts on Roderick Strong being the leader? Do you think that's going to work out for him? Or do you think it's going to fall off?
It's going to fall off quickly. I like Roderick Strong. I really, really do. But he is a follower, not a leader. He works best. I don't want to say as the sidekick, but he works best as the guy standing next to the lead guy. I love Roddy, but nothing in the last. Now we have a 10-year body. I have a 10-year body of work of watching this guy. Nothing screams to me that this is a guy that can lead a faction. He doesn't. No offense to him. I don't think these guys fit well together either. I think it's a visual thing too. I don't think these guys visually look like a squad.
No, they don't look like a team, and I feel like it was not the right move for NXT to have them as a team. Yeah. I think it's not going to work out, and eventually it's going to make the brand a bit bland with the talent.
There is a huge drop. Now they broke up the Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly is now, Emo O'Reilly, which is fine. I love the guy, but man, right now they're AEW. NXT is in that place they were back in 2015 when they lost Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha. God bless Bayley was there to kind of clean up the mess and try to take the women's division by the horn and kind of be the leader of that whole group. But right now, they're in flux, and I think everyone's afraid right now of them losing their champions. Bronson Reed, Karrion Kross are getting called up. Likely, I should say.
Yeah. I always say that NXT has the worst formula for a wrestling TV show, where they build someone up big, and then they just give them to another day of the week, and they have to rebuild somebody else up. Yep. I think it's a horrible formula, and they have to figure out a way to keep these guys on there. If it's having them do both shows, I don't know, but
when you only had an hour to work with, you could maximize those minutes. You could keep a lot of that crap hidden. Now they don't have that luxury. They're out there by themselves.
Anthony, my last question for me: who is somebody that can beat Karrion Kross? Who is somebody? I mean, we've mentioned names. I think the problem is, and we've had guys like John Draper on and stuff like that. And it's almost like to the point of, and John made a good point when we had him on last time, where it's okay, you're going to have Kyle O'Reilly go up, or even Adam Cole go up against Karrion Kross, quadruple the size of the other. It's so hard to make it look realistic. Like I compare it to the time when Nyla Rose faced Riho for the AEW Women's Championship, and I said, "This is so this can't." I know it's not real, but you can't even make this up.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. What they did to Nyla Rose. But you're 100% right, Josh. I now know why Lyle hangs around with you. Right now, Karrion Kross just won the 5-way elimination.
Yeah, he beat the Mount Rushmore, they say, of NXT.
There's nobody right now that can take that reins unless, as far as I'm concerned, Finn Balor is their Okada. You can go back to him as a safety net, but Balor, that's all he would be, is a safety net while they build the next guy. And God, NXT was always so good at having that next guy in the pipeline. He's not right now. He's not there, and I think that North American title is hurting them. Because
Or they can get Samoa Joe cleared ASAP.
Right.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. And I'm not sure, Samoa Joe's had a nice run for the last 2 years as a commentator, and now this. I'm not sure he wants to come back full time.
No, I don't
He
think
said
so.
he does. He said that he does. Yeah. He said he's preparing to get back in the ring. And that's
Well, and
what
hopefully he can, but maybe he is closer because I would imagine he could have gone anywhere and
Oh,
wrestled after 90 days. Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. Lyle, last one from you, man.
So we're talking about guys who could potentially challenge to Karrion Kross. What about Walter? What if he came over like Pete Dunne did from NXT UK and challenged?
That's what I think they should do.
That's honestly that's the best idea. That's the best idea I've heard. Walter is the only credible guy that could do it.
Yep.
He's a killer, just like Karrion Kross, and he'd be a credible champion. But I hate to say it, but what do you do? I love NXT UK. That he would be off that show.
He would be, but
from you, man.
that show's kind of getting a little. I don't know. I feel like that show needs to change a little bit.
Yeah, a fresh coat of paint on Walter might be helpful. A change of scenery might be nice for him. But man, he is awesome, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
I would not last one chop with that guy.
None of us would.
Yeah, really. I mean, come on.
I'm volunteering 23-year-old Alex to take one of those chops.
Oh, you think so?
I would die.
Last one from you, Alex.
So my last question is about Seth Rollins and the Money in the Bank ladder match. How do you think this will turn out for him compared to the last time he won the Money in the Bank?
Oh boy, you're never going to beat that moment he had. He had all the momentum in the world. It was a shocking surprise moment. But let's face it, his to phrase the great Jim Cornette, right now Seth Rollins is flat on a plate full of piss. If he wins Money in the Bank, terrific. It wouldn't have the same effect as it did before.
No, it would not.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm really hoping they don't go that way. I would love to see one of these young guys, Morrison, whatever, Ricochet, somebody who's never had that spotlight. Let him go. Let him win the Money in the Bank. Hell, go up and say, I'm cashing in at the Clash of Champions pay-per-view in September and give him a nice build. Because to be honest with you, the sneak attack cash-in is getting old.
Yeah, it's getting dry pretty quick.
Yeah.
Anthony, thank you so much, man, for joining us tonight. Before we let you go, tell the fans how they can reach out to you on social media. And
thank you very well. First, you can reach me on Twitter at Hoboken __ cobbler. Thank you, Better Call Saul. Facebook, Anthony Pires. And you can catch me every single week on the elite section of PWInsider.com. Myself and the great old Uncle Rat Bastard Corey Strode do a nice 60 to 90 minute post-game show of AEW Dynamite. We are just a couple of crazy wrestling fans who just veer off, and he's actually older than me, so it's just two old guys talking wrestling. But we have a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. Mike Johnson, Dave Scheer, the best reporters in the business as far as I'm concerned. PWInsider.com. Go elite, for crying out loud. Spend some cash on me.
You sold me already.
Anthony Pires is coming. Pro Wrestling Insider Writer. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us, man. We really appreciate it. Don't be a stranger on the show, dude.
Lyle, reach out whenever you want me.
I will.
Have a great
I'm going to reach out to you more now. You're a Briscoe Brothers fan, man. I love it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You know where I am.
I know where you are now. That's for damn sure. Love it, Anthony. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Be well, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Bye.
The great Pro Wrestling Insider Writer, Anthony Pires, ladies and gentlemen. That was awesome. I mean, I know we had him on a little longer than we probably anticipated, but you know what? He gave so much good insight that I always find it. We always have a set time of when we want guests to leave and to stay, and I always find it that I want to make sure these guys get their questions in too, because the thing is, when those insiders have so much scoops and so many sources and information, and their opinions need to be heard, I think you guys could agree that somebody like Anthony, and we've had John Draper on and those guys like that they're so worth keeping on longer than what the time is because they're giving such great info. What were your thoughts on that interview? Alex, I'll start with you first.
So I liked how he touched on about Roman Reigns, comparing him from the promo he did with John Cena up until up to what his character is like now. I loved all the knowledge and insight on that. I thought it was great.
What were your thoughts, Lyle? I know you're friends with him, so don't be biased now.
It's a different aspect of that interview because we usually have guys who are like we had John Alba on. We had guys who are more
Raj Gary.
We had. I'll say most of them are ones who are a fan of the newer style. Where Anthony's a fan of the generation before this, and it's a great way to listen to how he compares the wrestling from now to then, and really gives a different insight on how these companies, how they've changed, how they've evolved. Like how talking about how AEW does things compared to the Dusty Rhodes 4 Horsemen storyline, which was phenomenal. That was a great analytical breakdown by him, and I really enjoyed that. That really did show me, it points out, and it's not the first time AEW has done it, where they've done a storyline backwards, where they've done what the last match should have been first. I hope that they don't make that a thing they always do in their company, because I think it would have been better to build up to the Blood and Guts. But
really quick before I give my opinion to the comments, Brett Goldstein writes, "Oh God," and then he writes Animal and Hawk, referring to the Legion of Doom. Snug Them writes, "Oh, I do love people cutting promos. I think Anthony could cut a hell of a promo. Bring the heat, bro." Snug writes, "Lyle should write for NXT. Don't forget the little people, Lyle. We need ticks." So, yes. In regards to my thoughts on that, I thought Anthony was fantastic. I thought he gave an interesting retrospective to all sides of every brand. And honestly, there were parts that I was very surprised that he gave thumbs up to, and there were parts where he gave thumbs down to. I didn't expect him to not be a fan of the Pinnacle Inner Circle, and he made me realize it more that they did bum rush it. They sped through it, and they could have maybe waited a little bit longer, and they did not.
They needed proper build-up, and they didn't have that.
They didn't have any build-up. You're right, Alex. They had no build-up. They sped it, and then even at when Lyle went to Double or Nothing, they had them lose the same Stampede. It was their second match as a group. But when you look at the situation, right, it's almost like, and it's funny, right? Because when we think about Stadium Stampede, we think about, okay, so if the Pinnacle loses, who in the group is going to lose, right? Like Wardlow's a machine, MJF is one of the biggest heroes in the business, and FTR is a massive tag team right now in the industry. It's kind of why I feel like Sean Spears is kind of like there. He's there to take the bumps and the losses from the team, because that way there's not the other guys get any heat on them. They could still build those guys, because those guys, no disrespect to Sean Spears, and I like Sean Spears a lot. I liked his 10 characters Ty Dillinger in NXT. I was a big fan of it. It was completely over. Go look at his match against NXT TakeOver Toronto against Bobby Roode. It was a banger opening match. You know what I mean? He has had great matches. Even his match against Cody. Albeit I didn't think Cody needed to win that match. I think Sean Spears had the right to earn his moment. He didn't get it, but I mean, that's kind of why Sean Spears is in the group, to keep those guys above water. And then you even looked at, he was honest about New Japan, right? He was very honest about it. He said that in a way that you always go back to your bread and butter, like you guys said, Okada should be the way to go. I think it really, in this is the first time, and I don't want to speak on Lyle's behalf. I don't want to speak on your behalf either, Alex, but we've watched New Japan for a while, but not like many eon amount of years.
No.
This is really the first time we're watching New Japan where I could really sit there and say, man, they're struggling right now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out.
Pandemic really hurts them badly.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this really really fixes their product and everything like that. But I thought it was, he gave great insight. I wanted to get his thoughts on the NWA all-female pay-per-view, but that's all right. We'll get him on another time, and I'll ask about that with Mickey James actually producing that show. I think is really awesome and everything like that. So shout out to her for sure. Well, we still have a lot to get to, so we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we are going to start with some WWE talk, and we talked about it before with Anthony. What are our thoughts on the rumored SummerSlam matches that are coming up with Roman Reigns versus John Cena? You're hearing Edge versus Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. What are our thoughts on it? I know, like I said, Anthony gave his. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about NXT. We'll get into thoughts. We'll get into the release superstars. We still have AEW that we have to get to. Dynamite had a really good show. Jungle Boy, like we said, getting the girl, but also having the match of his life with Kenny Omega. And then we'll get into some, I know, MLW stuff that Alex is going to touch on later on. And then by that point, it'll probably be time for our finishing move. So stick with us right here. This is Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing? I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the-right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is the worst town I've ever been in. No!
The champ is here. Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are the only wrestling talk show here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Of course, I'm
literally now that the hit list is gone.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm your host, Josh Silverberg. With me, of course, my co-host, Alex Slows, Lyle Gillen, and, of course, helping produce, as always, we love them, Speedy Petey, joining us every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Well, I will say this. There is a lot of WWE news that we are going to get into, and there were more releases this week. Alex, I know you have it. Do you have the names of the people that were released?
So I have Fandango, Killian Dane, Tyler Breeze, August Gray, Arya Davari, Tony Nese, the Bollywood Boys, Sunil Singh and Samira Singh, Marina Schaefer, Arturo Ruas, Kurt Stallion and Everrise, Scott Parker and Shane Matthews. And WWE also released a new writer, Keenis Mobley. So
that's going to be fun to talk about. She's the lady that said she knows nothing about wrestling. Thought that the Bobby Lashley's name was actually Bobby Ashley. Knew she messed it up, but didn't know what it actually was. And I don't know, like that was such a bad look, and it confirmed everything that their writers don't actually know anything about wrestling. It just proved everything.
But Josh, I got to ask you about these releases. Which one shocked you the most? Because to me, Killian Dane shocked me the most.
That was the one.
That was out of left field.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to release
I
it.
would say that one. And honestly, one that I thought was really, really, really I thought that was, because they were really starting to grow. They had their own, also their own show on the internet. That was Everrise. I enjoyed Everrise. They were really a very popular team. And to me, I mean, look, Fandango and Tyler Breeze, I knew one day they were going to get released. But the thing is, they are so uber talented, the two of them, that they are going to, I think, be good, whether they maybe go to Impact or they go to Ring of Honor and they do something like that. To me, it was, I mean, those are really the shocking ones. I think was Killian Dane, and I would say Everrise, because Everrise's popularity on their internet show was awesome. And it was
Killian Dane had a lot going for him. They were going to move him over to be with Imperium, and then it just kind of fell off, and nothing really happened there. And that was disappointing for me as a wrestling fan, because I really wanted to see Killian Dane go far, and they just missed the boat on it.
I mean, it just didn't make any sense to me why they do that. Lyle, what were your thoughts on which one's really shocking?
I'm trying to look up his name and pronounce it correctly. But I think you did say it was Rojas?
Arturo Ruas.
Yes, he's going to be very good. I saw him at some Eval shows. He is talented. He has a very physical style. I think he would be a guy who would fit good in a company like AEW. I think he could do very well in Ring of Honor. I think he'll probably do MMA, so I don't know. Maybe he'll go back to MMA. But no, I think he'll be a cool addition to the AEW roster, because he's a guy. Ideally, I had this fantasy on break and I wish I thought about it about an hour and a half earlier. I could have asked Anthony. What if at one point they split up in a circle and they had Andrade, Conan, Proud and Powerful, and I was thinking about that, and then you said Rujas' name, and I said he'd be perfect in that group. He's a MMA style fighter. He's a very physical fighter in wrestling, and I think it would have been a great addition to a group like that. I think he could definitely go somewhere, and I enjoyed when I saw him in Evolve.
I agree. He definitely is a physical type wrestler. You can just see how great he is at taking people to the mat, working on people, and just dissecting the body. And he's very, very good at submissions and his MMA style. So I think that's definitely something that can be used in any promotion.
Snug writes, "Yay, Speedy," because giving Speedy a shout out. But let's get into what we got into a little bit with the SummerSlam stuff. So the top 3 rumored matches are, again, as we said, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Edge, and Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar. Now, I posted on Twitter that would be an awesome banger 3-headed main event if they could pull that off, if they could do that. And I think that would be perfect for WWE. It would be awesome. Edge Rollins, I think Anthony hit it right on the head, and I would have said the same thing. That's a steal the show type of match. That's a possible match of the year type of way to go, because when you look at the two styles of them, they mesh extremely well together. I mean, this is a story, guys, that has gone back years before this. I remember where Rollins was going to hit Edge in the neck with the chair. He was going to step on him, and John Cena was out there trying to stop him, and then he
bring back the authority.
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at the whole thing, so guys, listen, my piece on Brock and Bobby, I think it should absolutely happen. I think they should let that go. Let those two go.
It's been rumored for years.
But the thing is, not a lot of people want to work with Brock. Bobby is one of the few that wants to do it. Like, I don't understand why this is like a type of match that I think you would think Vince would say, "Oh my God, this would be perfect. We need to do this." Like, I don't understand.
It could be a blockbuster match for SummerSlam by far.
What are your thoughts when you hear those 3 matches?
Edge Rollins, I need that to happen. Cena, Reigns, I think it'll be another classic thing that WWE does, which is a bigger moment than actual match.
Still a draw, though. I mean, with those 2 names.
Lashley Brock doesn't do that much for me. Not as much as the other 2. And I don't know why, to be honest. I enjoy Lashley. I enjoy Brock. Seeing them together doesn't make me woo, yay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I get excited about it because when I look at them, Bobby is one of the very few guys that if he faced Brock, their styles mesh well together because they were, both MMA fighters. And you look at the size of the two, the styles that they have. Bobby is one of the few guys that I think can actually go toe to toe with Brock, and they can make it look realistically a good match. Whereas you put him with a guy like Braun Strowman, who's just a big dude. The Big Show is just a big dude. You put him with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles, who are smaller dudes that still were good, but smaller dudes. It's not realistic.
No.
Brock has shown he has better matches.
He can work better with smaller guys.
Yes, he has.
Yes. But Bobby's kind of not a big guy, he's on he's just a medium-sized regular guy that I think is just very muscular. That I think when you look at their styles, they're both MMA fighters, and I think Bobby would be so motivated to really do well with this match. Alex, what are your thoughts on these 3 matches? Which one do you like? Are you most excited for, and why do you think it would work?
I think the one I'm excited about the most is Edge versus Seth Rollins. That's a big, big dream match that I've been waiting for a long time. I said it back a couple years ago when they had the authority gimmick and put Edge around and involved in the storyline. I said, hey, one day these guys are going to go toe to toe. and they are going to. It's going to be an exciting match. It's going to be in front of like thousands and thousands of people, and they're going to blow it out of the water.
I just think when you have somebody that's motivated to work with Brock, I think if you're Vince, you have to take advantage of that. Because let's just be real here. Look at when Jon Moxley or at time Dean Ambrose worked with Brock. Brock had no motivation. He didn't feel it, didn't want to deal with it. And then Mox was the same way. It's like, screw it. I don't care then. And he knew the match was going to suck because neither one of them are motivated. I feel like Bobby would motivate Brock because they're both former MMA fighters with the same style of wrestling maneuvers. And he knows that Bobby's wanted this match for a while, that I think it would draw enough to really get people excited about it. And let's be real here. Raw needs a kick in the ass.
Yeah, they really
need, and Bobby needs a kick in the ass opponent. Now, he does. Not saying that Drew – listen, Bobby and Drew had a very good match at WrestleMania. They had a very good match at WrestleMania. They had a very good match at Impact when they did Impact. The problem is when you do it over and over and over and over again. And I love Drew as much as anybody. And, you do it old. And I agree with Anthony. I thought they was so unfair how they just completely dropped the ball with Drew. The guy carried your brand during an empty arena pandemic. Didn't get to win the title in front of a live crowd at all. Didn't get his moment that he worked his ass off to get back to in the indies. And then they repay him by, okay, you're going to be at WrestleMania. MVP is going to interfere and you're going to lose. Congratulations. Welcome back to the live crowds again. I mean, it's like, if you're Drew, you have to be saying to yourself, I was your champion in an empty arena for a year, and you repay me by giving me that. And for those that say that the Royal Rumble was his moment, no. The Royal Rumble is completely different than winning a championship at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. It's night and day. The two differentiations of that are. It's not even close. They don't even sniff each other. Winning the Royal Rumble was great. To win a heavyweight championship, I mean, we were at WrestleMania 35 when Rollins beat Brock, and MetLife Stadium went nuts when that happens. And you get that moment of when that happens to get that win at WrestleMania. That was taken away from Drew. Now, like I said, I think Rollins and Edge obviously is the best match, right? Like, that's the best match out of the three. Yeah. Reigns, Cena's the one that has the best opportunity to have the storied telling kind of situation like Hogan Rock, who else? Hogan McMahon, Austin McMahon. I don't know what other historic ones that we've had. Hogan, Andre, things like that. You have that. Well, this is an opportunity where you kind of have that feature of icon versus, it's kind of like with The Rock and Hogan. Like The Rock, Hogan was an icon. The Rock was kind of an icon already, but not fully, I don't think, immersed into what he is today, right? Like, because now the world knows who The Rock is. Everybody knows who The Rock is. I mean, he's the highest paid actor in the world. I mean, he's literally, it's you all know what he is. I mean, it's crazy but I don't know. Bobby Brock is something I've been wanting to see for the last few years.
I don't like those type of matches where it's just two big giant guys. I understand. They do the same style every single time in WWE.
No, but that's the thing. No, they're both MMA fighters. If they can utilize that structure where they can utilize the MMA style and get those moves, then it will work.
They're not going to do that. It's WWE.
Well,
them doing big move.
No, I agree with you.
Spear.
No, and I agree with you. That's what it comes down to. It all comes down to how. Listen, we thought Shinsuke Styles was going to be a banger at WrestleMania.
And it was crap.
It sucked. That was terrible. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. But the thing is, we were talking with Anthony about it. Even Anthony said it. Boy, it's going to take a lot for WWE to screw this up when you have these three headline matches.
They will.
And they could.
Yeah, they could.
That's what scares me.
And that's the big issue there. That's what really startles me.
So, Josh, do you think it'll be like WrestleMania 29 where they take the big giant 3 matches. Put nothing else good on the card and put them right at the end.
After that. No.
Well, I had to ask him. It's his favorite WrestleMania 29. He said it all the time.
Listen, I love the WrestleMania 35 going with Lyle. And again, I mean, look, WrestleMania 20 to me was awesome. I mean, that was. Oh, look at the card. John Cena was in it.
Or was it because you were there?
No, I went to. Dude, let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. John Cena made his WrestleMania debut. I was at John Cena's WrestleMania debut.
Wow.
And the crowd went nuts when Thugonomics came on. When Thugonomics came on. I mean, that was, to me, when the song came on and it went Word Life, Thugonomics, the whole MSG went nuts.
Can we just get a Josh live in concert right here on Off the Mat?
No, you're not.
Can you sing it again? Come on, sing it again. Word Life. Oh no!
Not gonna happen. No. I do have the DVD, the Word Life DVD. I was a massive John Cena fan when he what?
I have the song on my Spotify. That's about.
I was a massive John Cena fan when he was the Thugonomics character.
Only duets are allowed. Let's go. Me and Alex. Come on. Speedy said we can only do duets. Me and you, Alex. Come on the count of 3. 1, 2.
Come on, Alex. Do it for your
Word Life.
Thugonomics. Word Life. Come on, touch a ball for the ball. That's all I got. But
you suck. Da-da, you suck.
I mean,
totally not Marks, by the way. Like,
so
we just broke out singing theme song.
Yeah, I know. Jinx. So let's get into it now. I mean, I guess we have to get into some AEW talk. I mean, and whatever we get to now, and we'll finish it and when we get back as well, and then we'll do. Alex is going to do our AEW stuff. What did Speedy say? Alex has to sing for his finishing now because he didn't sing with you guys. I'm 100% on board. That he didn't sing.
You have to.
Like he doesn't join in.
No, Mr. Personality over here.
Yeah, like holy Moses, man! Like, dude, like, my God. Oh, I'll say what Brett Goldstein loves this when I say, "Oh God," he likes when I say that. I don't know why, but he does. He gets excited.
Really?
I work with Brett at my job, and Brett goes to me. Brett goes to me. Don't say poor guy to him. Say poor guy to me. I do God's work working with him. So no, I do. You have no idea.
Have you ever met yourself?
What?
Have you ever met yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm a wonderful person, actually. But I mean, maybe Jeff doesn't think so, but I know I am. But pretty much, what were our thoughts on the main event? I was actually weird because I actually got to watch. I was at my parents' house that night, and I got to watch it. My dad set up he has a TV outside, so I actually got to watch that match outside on his deck, which was pretty cool. And my dad really doesn't watch wrestling that much, and he was like, "This is a good match," and he goes, "Oh, that's." He said what Anthony said. He goes, "Oh, that's Luke Perry." He said, "Yeah, I said the name. That's Jack Perry." He goes, "You're related to Luke Perry?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, that's cool." He goes, "That's pretty cool." But it was, to me, that was one of the better matches.
Yeah, that was by far
I could picture your dad saying it exactly like that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice.
His facial expression.
Alex.
I was gonna say that probably had to be one of the best AEW main events we've seen in a while. I mean, it was close back and forth. There was a lot of action in the ring, even out on the floor. I mean, the fans came alive with it. The fans loved it. They were into it all the way through. Great crowd.
I have to say that was probably the best main event since Omega versus Phoenix. I don't know if you agree with me.
No, I absolutely agree with you. They tore it up.
I think that's fair.
Well, wait, no.
Again, I'm also biased towards the Lucha Brothers.
Back up. There were definitely a lot of Young Buck main events. I'm trying to think.
No, don't. You hurt yourself.
I already am.
That's why I see your head melting.
I'm melting.
Stop it. That's going to upset Snug. Don't do that.
So what do you think? What Young Buck matches main evented? I'm trying to remember. Their match with Pac and Phoenix was that opened. Phoenix, opened. I know they had a lot of matches for a while.
I remember when they did have a main event. I mean,
they usually open shows or in the middle.
Brothers?
No,
they didn't. Like they didn't team with the Good Brothers. Are you sure? Wasn't it the Good Brothers and but Nick wasn't there.
Oh no, it was the Good Brothers and Kenny versus Moxley and the Young Bucks, but that match was not that great.
No, it wasn't.
It was a mess.
It was all over the place.
No. The match itself wasn't good, but the heel turn at the end I thought was good.
I mean, I would say again, it was the Good Brothers and Matt, but Nick wasn't there, so it doesn't count. The Good Brothers and Matt were the tag team. They faced. Who did they face?
Half Buck.
Yeah, but
it was Eddie Kingston, Pac, and Pentagon. I believe.
Yes, you're right. I mean, I thought it was, and again, I mean, John Alba brought it up on our anniversary show a few weeks ago. Excuse me, where he said what makes Kenny Omega matches exciting is the near fall finishes that Kenny turns it like perfectly. But I gotta tell you, Jungle Boy was nailing that count as well.
Yeah,
and you see it, and it's really something when you saw those two, and we knew it was going to be a good match. We all did. I mean, if you didn't, then you're nuts. And clearly, you don't watch enough AEW. You don't watch the styles that these two have. I mean, it's the perfect combo to have these guys. And then it was kind of cool because you kind of got the interferences, right? Like you got the
Good Brothers trying to go out.
Trying to come out, and Kazarian and Lucha and the
Luchasaurus.
Jurassic Express
and the
came
Lucha.
out. Jurassic Express came out and were helping as well. And
I'm waiting for the day.
He goes Jurassic Express.
I'm waiting for the day that somebody kills Marco Stunt. Not literally, but someone like hits him and he goes flying, like when Keith Lee hit Adam Cole, and he went like 10
Brock
feet.
Lesnar.
Oh yes, please.
I love to see Brock Lesnar just tore. All right, you're not gonna like this. I'm gonna tell you something. If Braun Strowman made his debut and did the oh my god, I think he would legitimately.
Does he get fired afterwards?
I don't know, but I think he would legitimately kill Marco Stunt.
Does Braun get fired afterwards? Big part of the scenario.
Not sure. I don't know.
If he does, then yes, bring him in.
I've heard that some people think that they're interested in him.
They're more interested in Tommy End.
That's fine by me. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
No, I mean, I don't care. You want to make him a part of it? You want to make Aleister Black a part of it, but he's not going to be called Aleister Black.
No, he'll be Tommy End.
Yeah, which is fine.
That's the name that got him over in the first place. I got him to WWE.
Yes, but all right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get more into Dynamite this week. We're going to jump base on it. We're going to get to other things that these guys liked a lot about it. We're going to get to some MLW. We'll get into our finishing move. And then maybe we'll get to hear Alex sing at the end of the show. So stay tuned with us. We're the only wrestling talk show right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Off the Mat. We will be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Dear John, I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but you've left me no choice. I'm leaving. Uncontrolled high blood pressure is really serious, and lately you seem to really not care. I've been there for you since day one, and I know you think I'm going to keep ticking. But no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times, when we were more active and ate more healthy foods, and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Are you ready?
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Well, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the last half of Off the Mat right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, joining you every single Tuesday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, with Alex Slows and Lyle Gillen, of course, producing it. As always, appreciate Speedy Petey. I'm Josh Silverberg. So we have a little bit of time left in the show. We're going to get to a little bit more of AEW. So I'll start with Lyle first on this one. Lyle, what was something that you really stood out to you on Dynamite this week that you're excited for, maybe that they're going into next week? Or
Conan promo. 100%. I want them to bring back, have LAX for that, because Conan came out to the LAX scene. I want Conan to be their manager,
Yes.
If they separate from Inner Circle, and I want them to be LAX.
Yes.
I want it. They did the LAX team. Give me what I want!
Right.
Give me what I want!
Well, now you're gonna have
know what I want! Give it to me!
Well, now you're gonna have that spit come out of your mouth like Batista. And then you give me what I want. It's like you forgot what you had to say, Batista.
He did.
You
forgot to say things over and over again. Well, it's like, give it to me what I want on repeat.
It was funny because it was one of the better promos. That was why it was so funny.
I thought it was so funny because it was so bad.
No, I know. That's why I said it was one of the better promos because it was so funny. Because the promo was awful.
Oh, yeah. It was one line on repeat.
Alex, what is something you liked this past week on Dynamite?
So the match between Matt Seidel and Dante Martin, I was really into this match, and I was happy to see Matt Seidel pick up his first win because for the last couple months he's been on a losing streak, and they haven't really pitched him very well. They haven't really put him up on the stage as a top wrestler, and now I think they're going to start doing that because Matt Seidel, Evan Bourne, is a talented guy. This is a guy that can move around the ring. He can fly. He can take to the air. He can take you down to the mat. He can walk you into a submission. Evan Bourne.
Who's Evan Bourne? Who's that guy?
The guy in WWE who died.
Matt Seidel. Yep.
No,
I know.
I don't know. Oh, that guy. I knew who he was, Alex. I'm just messing with you.
Matt Seidel. I've actually met Matt Seidel when he.
So did we.
He's a trainer. He's a trainer at WWN school in Florida.
I have to say, I know why you and Josh get along so well. It's because every week you guys say the same stories. It's either I have met blank on a school somewhere in Florida, or Josh going, I was at WrestleMania 20, or, I'm a big Sting guy. He's the best. I'm a big Sting guy. I'm a WCW guy. What's up?
Let's hear straight from you. It's not my fault you went to one of the worst WrestleManias in history. I can't help that. I wouldn't brag about it.
You know what? At least I talk about something different every week, okay?
Yeah. So what do you have this week?
I can't talk about the Islanders this week, so.
No, well, so you see. So what else is there that's interesting?
Trevor Bauer is getting investigated for assaulting a woman.
Which, again, continues to show how great of a character he is as a douche. But I'm with Lyle on this one in regards to the whole Conan thing. I knew the moment that they put those two together, and by the way, it was I understood what they were trying to do with how they grew up kind of the same way, FTR and Proud and Powerful. No, they didn't.
No,
no, they didn't. One grew up in the South, the other one grew up in the Bronx. No, they didn't. I said Conan is going to school the crap out of Tully Blanchard in this debate. It's not even close. I love when FTR was like, yes, you know what? We're very alike. We grew up in the same style when we were No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did. Listen, I can tell you this right now. I have friends of mine that teach in the Bronx. You didn't grow up in the Bronx. FTR. I'm sorry, you didn't.
Nobody wants to grow up in the Bronx. Trust me.
I laughed my ass off when my dad was born in the Bronx, and we were watching it together. And my dad goes, "Where are these FTR guys from?" I said, "I think they're from the Carolinas." My dad goes, "What?" He goes, "They telling me that they grew up in it?" No, they didn't. They didn't grow up together in the same room. No, they didn't.
Nope.
Listen, not disrespecting where they grew up. I'm just saying, like, one is a very different style of how you're raised. The other one is literally just pure violence on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to fend for yourself. Like, maybe we're FTR. I'm not discrediting FTR.
Now, if they said they're from Chicago.
What?
If they said they're from Chicago, that's a little bit on the same page.
No, FTR's not. Oh, if they're from Chicago? Oh, yeah, now you're talking. But I think they're from what, South Carolina?
That makes the Bronx look like this.
Pretty close. I don't know. I mean, the Bronx is still pretty bad.
You know what? We'll make this a thing on the website for Worldwide Sports. Will be a vote. You have 1 minute to answer the question. What's worse, Chicago or the Bronx? Very original idea, I think.
How about this? What's worse, going to Chicago or going to St. Louis? Oh, that's right. AEW's having their next 2 pay-per-views there. How wonderful. What a great freaking idea. Let's do that. I mean, come on now. I mean, let's be real here. So I want to ask, actually, you guys this. And I'll start with you first. In regards to Proud and Powerful, do you see them disbanding from Inner Circle sooner than later? Because I kind of get that vibe. It feels like that they're going to distance themselves.
Yeah, it really does.
And I think they should. I've told Lyle this for the last year now. I said if Proud and Powerful, I think I told you this, Lyle. Proud and Powerful are going to be the tag team they need to be. There's no point in them being in the Inner Circle.
I agree. They have to go off in their own direction.
I mean, I think it's just it really comes down to the point of they're too talented. I mean, their match with the Lucha Brothers for the Impact Tag Team Championships is one of the best tag team matches in Impact, including TNA history. Go back and watch it. And what FTR said is it's not wrong. They were here for less than a year. They won the AEW Tag Team Championships. Proud and Powerful have been here for what, 2.5, 3 years now? They haven't won anything.
No.
I think they've only had like one shot at the belts. One.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. One.
I mean, it's really kind of sad because they came in hot. They came into the point. I mean, they came into the Young Bucks Lucha Brothers tag team match. I think it was only one, or maybe 2.
No,
but even that's still not a lot.
No, I'm thinking of 2 because they faced the Young Bucks right after they came.
Yeah, but even so,
they weren't champions.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not.
Not. And
it could be. No.
I mean, they came in. I was at your house when we were watching All Out, Lyle, and when they came in, they beat the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers up after the ladder match. Was an epic, crazy match, and I was like, now they're in the Inner Circle, and then they're making Ortiz.
No, they didn't have Inner Circle back.
No, they didn't have it, but they eventually joined them, and they made Ortiz with this tongue out like.
No,
I mean, they're making them look.
They don't make them do that. They do that on their own.
You sure about that?
This isn't WWE.
I don't know. It was kind of like, why are they doing this to these guys? These guys didn't do this at all in Impact. They were tough, hard-nosed with Eddie Kingston there as their manager and Conan there. They're just. This is what it needs to be. Even if you don't give them Conan, even if you give them, which they're not going to, Eddie Kingston's going to stay with, I think, that triangle. But if you give them one of those 2 to go back to their roots of what they were at Impact to make them successful, then I think that's the plan they need to go. Because I got to be honest with you, listen, the Inner Circle's done a lot. It's great. A team like Proud and Powerful doesn't need to be in the Inner Circle. They don't. It's good for Jericho because Jericho's the leader of a group. It's good for Guevara because Guevara's building his character, right? Jake Hager is kind of like stuck in the middle. Who knows what he's doing? And he does these cheesy promos, and it's kind of cringeworthy that some of the promos that he does. Proud and Powerful they don't need to be in the group. I've been saying that for the last year. They don't need to be there anymore. No. I actually think they're being held back being in the Inner Circle. They could do so much more. And it feels like now they're doing separate interviews. Like Santana's they're showing what they were in Impact. That's what they're doing. It doesn't feel like they're part of the Inner Circle anymore. Now there's obviously, of course, they're still a part of it, but it just doesn't feel like to me that they're really a part of the group anymore. Lyle, what's your thoughts on what I said?
I fully agree. I think that the beginning of the separation of the Inner Circle is beginning. But if that is happening, why didn't they break them up at Double or Nothing?
Alex?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Proud and Powerful.
I didn't have to answer it. I agree. I mean, you saw my face. I mean, I agree. Alex,
I feel like Proud and Powerful needs to go. They need to go their own way. They need to build up as a tag team and get back to the rightful spot that they deserve. Because we have not seen them as a tag team alone in a while, and I think AEW needs that, and the
They're
fans.
one of the best tag teams in the world. They don't need to be in the inner circle.
No, they do not.
They don't.
They need to move away from the inner circle.
Yes, they don't need to be a part of it anymore. It's done. It did its purpose. Move on.
I like that idea. Put Conan, LAX, Andrade together.
You can.
I think that'd be great.
I think it'd be awesome. All
And
right,
then
Alex,
it
it's
gets rid
time
of
for the MLW update. Go for it, man.
And then you're gonna sing.
And then you're gonna
Absolutely.
sing. Yeah, we're giving you your own segment here, so you got to sing after.
We're gonna do a little song and like introduce it, like.
So MLW Battle Riot 3 is taking place at the ECW Arena, 2300 Arena, and surprisingly, this event is sold out. This arena is sold out for this show. And one of the surprises that I caught on Instagram was the suplex assassin Alex Kane. This is a guy who's wrestled all around the Florida wrestling industry and in different parts of the United States. This guy is a second American top team fight team member to join the Riot. He's making his debut in this 40-man main event battle riot match. And I'm looking forward to it. I think he's going to be one of the guys that goes up against Mads Kruger of Contra. I think size and strength and ability in this match is definitely going to show off for Alex Kane, and it's definitely going to help him in the match. But I also, if you guys caught this on Twitter, I named 4 picks to win the MLW Battle Riot 3 in Philly this year. And number 1 was my boy Gino Medina.
There he is, Gino freaking
Gino. So I really think he's the guy who is going to steal the show. He's going to walk out the winner with his head held high. I think he definitely needs it. He needs to win this match because the winner gets a world heavyweight title shot anywhere, anytime. So it could be a couple months from now. It could probably be right after the MLW Battle Riot show. And Josh, I want to get your thoughts on the names introduced here that I picked for my list from 1 to 4. Which one catches your eye the most? Gino Medina, Alex Hammerstone, Myron Reed, or King Murtis?
Hammerstone and Reed.
I agree.
Hammerstone is as talented as could be. I think, no offense to MLW, I think he's eventually going to broaden his horizons and go somewhere else.
Well,
it's big money.
Of course.
And Myron Reed is awesome if you see the skills that he has inside the ring. I really have gone to appreciate what he does, but it's Hammerstone.
Absolutely. Because there's 40 wrestlers named in this match, and I'm just going to go through a few of them. Alex Hammerstone, Mads Kruger, Ross Von Erich, Marshall Von Erich, TJP, Calvin Tankman's in it, Gino Medina.
Calvin Tankman. Love that.
Alex, you can list as many names as you want.
Zenji.
You're still going to have to sing.
I will. Bo Kudal, Savio Vega from the WWF when it was called the WWF.
Savio Vega's in this match?
Yes, he is.
I thought he was dead.
No,
King Mo. And then we have Richard Holiday, the Caribbean champion, is in it. Actually, he also has a singles match against King Murtis for the Caribbean Heavyweight Championship. He will be putting his title on the line. He will be defending the title in this match. And then we have a bunkhouse brawl, Von Erichs versus Team Filthy. I cannot wait for that one. I think that's going to be the match that steals the whole show, because this story, this whole idea with the Von Erichs going up against Team Filthy has been building up for months, and someone is walking out the winner. I honestly think the Von Erichs are going to win. There's without a shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
And
Von Erichs.
The one person I see winning the 40-man Battle Riot, definitely, it's going to be close. It's going to be a close match. But Gino Medina or Alex Hammerstone is going to win that match.
Well, I want to get. I know we talked about this last week, Alex. I know Lyle wasn't here. I wanted to get his thoughts really quick on AEW announcing AEW Grand Slam. Dynamite Grand
New York,
Slam,
yeah.
which is going to be
Can't wait.
awesome. What are your thoughts on them announcing this epic? Because when we talked last, I was ranting and I wanted more creativity. Well, they finally, and it's not even because they're coming to New York. It's just this is about as creative as you could get going to the tennis center.
I was shocked and excited.
I think we all were shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you got.
I guess you could say they shocked the system.
Ha ha ha. No pun intended.
Or they're a diamond in the rough.
Okay, that's it. It's time.
Go ahead, Alex, sing a song.
No, I gotta give him the proper introduction. It's time for the Alex Rose sing-along minute. Okay, Alex, your song for
Look
today.
at me. I'm not helping you with this, man.
Alex,
You're
your
on
song
own.
for today. It's gonna be very, 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 very.
Hold on, he's doing it. He's doing it.
No, that's not it. Your song. I'm gonna tell you your song. It's Judas.
Listen, he's singing his song.
You have to sing Judas. That's your song. You have to sing.
Nah, I like Sami Zayn.
Fine, go for it.
I already started.
I didn't hear you.
He did it.
Go for it. Go for it again.
I already did it.
Again.
Do it again. Lyle wasn't listening.
Oh, 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 let's go.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get to our finishing moves after that wonderful sound. Alex, I'll start with you first.
So my finishing move is I'm looking forward to the Battle Riot 3 at the ECW Arena. I think this is going to be MLW's biggest show of the year. I just by reading everything that I've seen on Instagram and social media as of today, the event is sold out, and I cannot believe that. That round of applause for them because they're going to kill it with the show. They're going to knock it out of the park.
What are yours, Lyle? What is your finishing move tonight?
My finishing move for this wonderful night, same crap, is
Yeah.
I just want to tell everybody to have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. Remember to celebrate your freedom in this wonderful, beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
And be thankful for us having wonderful wrestling. That is not WWE because, that company sucks. But I'm kidding, of course, for the most part. But no, I just want to tell everyone, please drink responsibly. If you have too much to drink, there's an app called Uber. If you don't know what it is, you live under a rock. So download it and get one and definitely be safe. We want all of you guys to be able to tune in next Tuesday alive.
That's for sure. And my official first, I want to thank Anthony Pires from Wrestling Insight for joining us tonight. It was awesome that he was able to be on with us and give us so much good insight. And like I said, Lyle said it best. Have a safe, happy 4th of July. That's where I'm wearing the American Nightmare shirt tonight.
I had that too. I have one also.
Well, you didn't wear it, so screw you, Buttercup. You decided to wear your Walgreens shirt tonight, so there's that.
Yeah,
at least you're supporting a local. At least you're supporting a local business, so that's good.
I just got off of work. Damn it!
You're supporting a local business. That's good for you. Good for you. So but in all seriousness, have a great and safe and healthy holiday to both of you, gentlemen. First off, what are your plans, Alex? What are you doing on the 4th of July?
I might go to a 4th of July party. Just go around, probably go to Safety Harbor for a fireworks show because they're doing one.
Taking the girl with you?
Yep, I'm taking her with me.
Good for you, man. Lyle, what are you doing?
I'm
just whacking off. What are you doing?
Same thing I do every year. Also, this is a jersey of the amazing Ryan Zimmerman, who had a big home run yesterday against the New York Mets. Right, Josh?
Yeah, what about it?
I was just seeing if you're still paying attention.
Josh doesn't care.
Unless Ryan Zimmerman hits a home run. In the words of you, I thought he was dead.
I did too a couple of years ago.
Oh, man. Well, his skills definitely died for a little bit. Yeah. For me, I'm going to a friend's house with he's having a pool party with a barbecue. So
Wait a minute. You're not going to Earl's?
No,
how dare you not go to Errol's party?
I spoke to Errol about it, first off, and
okay.
There were plans that we had way in advance. So, unfortunately, I said I was trying to make it, and then we talked about it. Everything is all good now.
So, I'm going to totally do this. So, we were...
No, you're not. We're not bringing any of this on here. No,
I want to bust his chops.
No.
He does it to me when he doesn't think I'm listening.
No, we're not doing this. We are not doing this, sir. This is not happening. You even said fine. We're off limits with this. Also, by the way, really quick, don't forget to download our app. Like I said, if you have an iPhone, go to the Apple Store, type in WWSRN. If you have an Android, go to the Google Play Store, type in Worldwide Sports. You can check out our shows, the show schedules, all of our free articles, our content, clips of the show. If you want to rewatch or re-listen to something, you certainly can do that. Listen to the audio feed as well if you are driving. WorldwideSportsRadio.com. You can check all that out. It's great, wonderful stuff that we have on there. And don't forget, like I said, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, you name it. We're on it. Alex, you want to promote the website really quick?
Absolutely.
Now, when I say quick, I mean quick, Alex.
Yeah. So you can check out the Off the Mat website, our Google website. It is in our Facebook bio and Twitter bio. So I highly recommend checking that link out. We got a lot on that page, including our show archive and our pay-per-view and show schedule. So highly recommend taking a look at all that.
For sure. And like I said, next week, all three of us, we will be here. The following week, I will not be here that week. These two are going to kill it. They're going to do a great job. I know you have a special guest, right? We have a guest coming on, Alex, that day.
Yes,
on the 13th.
that is the Captain Kyle Kidman.
Awesome. So I'm sorry to Kyle Kidman. I'm not going to be there for that, but I know you guys are going to do a great job. You're going to have an awesome interview for sure. I will do everything I can to check it out. Like I said, everybody, have a safe, speedy to you as well, man. I'll see you tomorrow, but have a happy and healthy 4th of July to you and your family as well. To all of our fans, listeners, watchers, everything out there, have a very safe, healthy 4th of July. As Lau said, be safe with drinking, everything like that. Even if you do drugs, I know weed is legal now, but just don't drive under the influence, dead ass. I mean, be smart. I mean, there's nothing else I could really even say about that. It's really common sense, guys. If you want to keep your job that you have, don't do something stupid. If you don't want to kill anybody or try to hurt yourself, then don't do that stupid crap. All right, that's simple. Be smart and be appropriate and be a human being. Don't be an asshole. All right, I'll leave it at that. So for
don't
Alex,
be a liar.
No, I didn't go that far. You're not that bad. Come on, and you're at least better than that.
I'm pretty bad.
Oh, you're not a complete asshole drinking and driving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just an asshole in every other manner.
Well, we know that. So for Alex Slows, for Lyle Gillen, for Speedy Petey, and for myself, Josh Silver, thank you so much to the fans out there for listening today. Have a happy and healthy 4th of July weekend. Enjoy it. Take care. Have a good night. Enjoy the wrestling this week. AEW is back on Wednesday nights. Thank goodness for that. NXT was tonight. Everything, all that good stuff. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. You're listening to Off the Man on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Kenny Omega, what you have to say? Good night, everyone.
I must bid you adieu, so say with me now if you know it. Goodbye, and good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host,